Hi, my name is Catherine Rasmussen. The following is a presentation for Professor David Christensen's Accounting Ethics course at Southern Utah University. In this presentation, I will first present a brief summary of Kim Emigh's employment at WorldCom, his whistleblowing, and his layoff, which are all taken from the article Accounting for Anguish by Gail Reeves. Second, I will compare the steps the Institute of Management Accountants lists under Resolution of Ethical Conduct to the steps Kim Emigh took when he brought his concerns to upper management at WorldCom. And third, I will compare the actions Kim Emigh took to the 4 basic rules quiet moral leaders follow, which are listed in Joseph L. Baracco Jr.'s article, We Don't Need Another Hero. Kim Emigh was a budget and financial analyst who worked for WorldCom. He was employed with WorldCom for 4.5 years, during which he didn't agree with many of the activities the company was engaged in, but he was never asked to do anything that would break the law until December 2000. On December 12, 2000, a directive from the Chief Technical Officer, Fred Briggs, was emailed with instructions that all labor associated with capital projects were to be expensed instead of capitalized. This type of classification would be improper if followed. If labor is spent on a capital project, it is considered an asset, not an expense, and should be counted as such. Kim Emigh estimated this directive would affect $35 million in capital labor spending and ultimately be construed as tax fraud. Kim Emigh voiced his concern about the directive to his bosses and was told to implement it anyway. He then took his concerns to Sue Dean, assistant to WorldCom Chief Operating Officer, and the following day, an email went out stating the new directive would not be implemented. Soon after, Sue sent an email to Kim thanking him for letting her department know. Kim told her he was going to get fired for this, and she responded saying, "Oh, nobody would do that." However, 10 weeks later, Kim was laid off due to employee reductions. He spent the next 14 months applying for jobs and was unsuccessful because prospective employers could not obtain information regarding his previous employment with WorldCom. He was told on several occasions that WorldCom would not return phone calls requested by employers he was applying with. I will now compare the steps Kim Emigh took to the steps listed in the Resolution of Ethical Conduct under the Institute of Management Accountants Statement of Ethical Professional Practice. The first is to follow your organization's established policies on resolving conflicts. If the policies do not resolve the issue, then you should do the following. 1. Discuss the issue with your immediate supervisor. Kim did this, yet he was told to implement the plan anyway. If discussing it with your immediate supervisor doesn't work, you're supposed to discuss the issue with your upper management, but make sure that your immediate supervisor is aware of your intentions and keep all discussions private. Kim took his concerns to upper management and the directive was not implemented. However, Kim did not let his boss know his plan to go to upper management. He also did not keep it private. He went home and told his wife, quote, "This is going to be bad, but I have a responsibility to the shareholders and to myself." I'm assuming he discussed some of the issues with his wife, which should have been kept private. 3. Initiate a confidential discussion with the IMA ethics counselor. There is no mention of this step in the article. And 4. Consult your own attorney as to legal obligations and rights concerning the conflict. Again, there is no mention of this step taking place either. I will now discuss the basic rules listed in Joseph Baracco's article, We Don't Need Another Hero. These rules help quiet leaders work out the dilemmas they face. The first one is put things off till tomorrow. I don't believe Kim put things off. Kim picked what he thought was the best course of action without considering other alternatives to resolve the conflict. The second rule is to pick your battles. Kim didn't pick some battles and ignore others. I believe he picked every battle. It was mentioned in the article that he had to change jobs within the company to avoid bosses who didn't appreciate his meticulous attention to their duties. This would indicate to me that Kim would let his bosses know when he didn't agree with something, whether it was important or not. And the last two rules are bend the rules, don't break them, and find a compromise. Kim didn't bend the rules, and the one compromise he could make was to change departments. I appreciate you watching. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you.